Actually, that was a wonderful performance. I'm not sure what I'm going to say, but a good evening to everybody. I hope you are having a great time. So, I don't know, firstly, I was given the simple task of, saying something, writing a poem on Diwali. Needless to say, I failed at that actually. I don't know. I have some ideas, but I could not write anything. But then I thought that, I don't need to write a poem for that, actually. All I can say is, I can share my views on, why we celebrate Diwali in the first place. Diwali is one of the huge bunch of Hindu festivals or Indian festivals that we, celebrate, and it has a lot of symbolism. So when I was coming here in the bus, I had certain ideas I would like to share about of why we celebrate Diwali in the first place. What is everything, like why is it so, and what's behind it. I'm going to take a step back from the usual notion of what Diwali is. I'm going to talk a little about the symbolism that highlights the whole festival of Diwali. And as you may have heard by now, a lot of people might have mentioned this, but Diwali is the festival of lights. It's a festival of, the most prominent activity that one does on Diwali is lighting lamps. So, actually what I'm going to say, what I'm going to narrate now is my point of view of why we need to celebrate something that's got to do with light. I'm going to highlight something, and for those of you who might have read my poems in the past or whatever I've written, I tend to lean a bit towards the darker side of poetry. That's not to say because I'm an evil person, but it's just that I lean towards it to some extent. So I'm sorry, but I'm speaking so fast. It's just that the thoughts are pouring down to my mind, and I'm going to say something about the light and the dark. The first thought that came to my mind was, why do we need to celebrate anything to do with light? Why not do the same thing with darkness, There is darkness everywhere, and that's the biggest reason that we need to celebrate fighting darkness to, maintain a kind of balance in the universe. In fact, as we speak, we live on a planet that's hurtling through probably emptiness, that's hurtling through nothingness, and there's darkness everywhere. You wake up, you look under your bed, that's a corner. In fact, it is said that the more structures we build, the more corners there are going to be there, and the more corners there are there, the more, pockets of darkness, pockets of emptiness there are going to be there. So, basically, as human beings, we strive to fight against these corners, If I say that you wake up every day, you go to the dinner, the breakfast table, you look under the table, there's darkness. You're traveling through the bus, you meet people in your mind, in your hearts, there are corners, there are wells and pits of nothingness. And I tell you this, that, okay, yeah, I agree that there's darkness everywhere, but more than that, it's you who are looking everywhere. It's you who is the epitome of light. So, in just actually, the whole reason why we do this is there's more darkness and there's less light. And hence we need to celebrate whatever light we have. We need to celebrate fight with our flames. So, that is the first important point. Secondly, now coming back to the same point, we do a lot of activities on Diwali. We light firecrackers, we dress up our houses, we dress up ourselves, and we strut around in the streets wearing beautiful clothes. So why again? Okay, we get the point of the light, but why celebrate it in such a huge fashion? The reason, humanity. The reason is life. Life is all about fighting. If you don't do, if you get into a rut, you get into a kind of a stagnant point actually, then you are not alive basically. To live, as someone has put it, that there is darkness, but if you ask me, the light is winning. So it's an important point. What I'm trying to say is, and what we all know in our heart of hearts, is that you have to constantly keep on fighting against this, this oncoming waves of emptiness, there's oncoming waves of depressions, and each and every day, each and every one of you, from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to bed, you're fighting against these things, day in and day out. So, the important point is, we need to celebrate in some way, we need to celebrate it once in a while, we need to get out of our houses and scream out in unison, scream out together that, we are alive and we are fighting whatever is happening. So to me, Diwali is about this. We all scream, we all shout at the top of our voices at the same time, so that our voices can pierce through the darkness with the shreds of light, and it can light up the whole of the universe. So Diwali is about that. It's about making a case out of it. It's symbolism, it's the epitome, embodies the very spirit that, whatever we have gone through the whole of our lives in the past 1 year, it's up to us to, come out one day and say, okay, I did this. We have to celebrate the little things. We don't do that actually. You get out of your house, you go to work. That's something that you did, You are working, you go home, you cook, you have children, you go to bed, you play something, you meet people. All of these activities, each and every activity is a fight against this darkness that I'm speaking of. And each of these activities, the sum total of it, summarizes our humanity. It summarizes what we are as people. So, in my mind, Diwali is about this. We come out of our houses, we come out of our individual places, we mix, we get together and we celebrate. In fact, there are a lot of people who wish me Diwali, but they don't meet me at all the whole year. I'm fine with it. The reason, at least they remember, right? At least that's the point where once in a year we come together, and to me that is all Diwali is about. Actually, it's a festival of lights, but more than that, it's a festival of celebrating life together. You can light diyas in your home individually every day, but Diwali is about when you do things together. It screams that we are one as humans. It screams, and okay, I don't know, maybe there's no life in other planets, maybe there's life, I don't know, I don't care. But what is important is we are here together, we are here as one. So that is Diwali. Beyond this lights, beyond lighting anything, beyond bursting crackers, beyond doing anything else, the most important point is being together as one, humanity as species, and that's how we can thrive. So I think this is the paramount importance of, the paramount point of what Diwali is all about, celebration of life. Thank you very much.